sister, what's your name, sis? What's your nationality?
Erica right here.
Erica, what's your nationality? I want to show you something so good, because guess what? What happened to us in slavery? We went into slavery, Erica. We went into slavery and they took our nationality. It's something important about your language. It's something important about your last name. It's something important about your history that they took away, obviously, for an important reason. What's that important thing? That important thing is you are a child of God. You are God's children specifically, right? So now I want to show you your name in this Bible. Watch this. Come on up, sis. Come on, because we're here to show love today. Our job is to show love to our people, edify our people. I'm not here to bash you, because guess what? At one point, I was on this side of the sign. I was walking around doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody showed me that this Bible was mine. I didn't like history class in school because it was about a bunch of dead white people. Right? But guess what? That's the same reason I really never picked up the Bible, because everybody in there white. You get what I'm saying? But guess what? Give me Jeremiah 14:2.
Bring it out.
What the people in the Bible look like. Because it's something important about your last name that you got to know. It's something important about your history that you got to know. If you leave here not knowing your history, it worked. The 400 years of slavery worked. Here we are. We got, I don't know how many black people out here, how many Hispanic people out here, their history was taken. And we out here giving it back, and everybody just walking by.
Bring it out.
Just walking by. Watch this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth.
The tribe of Judah mourneth. That's the same tribe Jesus Christ came from. Read.
And the gates thereof languish.
The leadership was in languishing at that time. We was weak. Read.
They are black.
What the tribe of Judah look like?
They are black.
What the tribe of Judah look like?
Are black.
They are black.
Unto the ground.
Just like the ground. So wait a minute. If Christ came from the tribe of Judah and he black unto the ground, that's what the Jews look like. That's what we look like. We are the Jews.
That's
you get what I'm saying? You got to let this Bible talk to you. Because at the end of the day, it ain't for nobody. It's for you and nobody else. This is your Bible. This is your God. The same way this is the Native Americans had this land. It was conquered by our people, and now they claimed it for themselves. That same thing happened to you in the war after 70 AD. They took your Bible, inserted their picture in it, and now you don't even know it's yours. You don't even know it's yours. So now I got to show you that it's your book, right? Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. I'm going to show you that this is your book, hands down. Hands down. Watch this, sis, because you got the best history on the earth. The best man on the planet that ever was born, he come from your lineage. How would you feel, Sister Erica, if 30 years down the line, right, they did the Martin Luther King movie, and they had a white dude starring as Martin Luther King? Wouldn't that piss you off? That you would be on fire. Because that means white people was in oppression, they was marching against oppression, and they get all the glory for coming out of that. We the ones that persevered through that. So how could you take my history like that?
Bring it out.
Let me say something real quick. I tell you what, the white man's so cold, he'll take our history and slavery and couple that in. And you know what? Blacks, Hispanics, we done been through it, and gay people too, gay rights and everything, couple of, and that's what Black Lives Matter is about. How they took the oppression that we went through, coupled that with gays, and now they want equal rights. That don't add up. You can't compare gay oppression to slavery.
That's right.
That's crazy. You doing that?
If they made the Malcolm X movie and they had Tom Hanks as Malcolm X, you would be pissed off. Because that was saying Malcolm, the Tom Hanks people was the ones in oppression, right? So now you got Jesus Christ. They done took his picture and put a white man's image on there. That means they the ones that's God's people. They the ones that came out of Egypt. They the ones that need to be worshiping God, and we just lucky to be involved. But guess what? Jesus Christ is a black man. That means you God's people. And everybody else is just lucky enough to hold on to our coattail. You get what I'm saying? You're the greatest people on the earth. You are the Jews according to the Bible. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1.
Bring it out. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Watch this Bible speak to your soul. Read this.
And it shall come to pass.
It's going to happen in the future.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If the Israelites listen to God coming out of Egypt,
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all of nations of the earth.
So your original plan, it never was to be equal with the nations. Your original plan was for you to keep his commandments. He put you above all nations on the face of the earth. Nation is a root word to nationality. So every other nationality of people, you will be above them. You'll be above the Chinese. You'll be above the Arab. You'll be above the East Indians. All these people got stores in our neighborhood taking our money and putting their kids in the college with it. We're not buying and selling with each other no more. We're not dealing with each other because we got hatred for each other. You think you a blood, you think I'm a Crip. You ain't no blood. You ain't no Crip. You're an Israelite.
That's right.
We all the same people, right? Jump over to verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
You go to the flip side of the contract.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these bad things,
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these bad things gonna overcome thee as a nation. As a nation. So if you don't listen to God, which we didn't do, you're gonna get curses, right? Give me verse 68.
Sir.
Watch this speak to your soul. Watch this.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
This curse is for the Israelites. God said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again, which means slavery. I'm going to bring you into slavery again. Read.
With ships.
How you Israelites going into slavery?
With ships.
How the Israelites going into slavery?
With ships.
Sister Erica, how did we go into slavery? With ships. We went into slavery with slave ships. This Bible is real. It's not a fairy tale. Right. The nationality is coming back to you. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
The same way I said it, it's going to happen. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You ain't never going to see your homeland again, Erica. You still going to be in Sacramento representing the Heights. You're going to be representing the Manors. You're going to be representing G Parkway. You're going to be representing Oak Park. You ain't never going back to Jerusalem.
Bring it out.
You ain't never going to know your nationality again. This happened to the Israelites. Slave ships, right? Read on.
And there ye shall be sold.
Once those slave ships stop, you're going to be sold. What's your last name, Erica? Sold to Mr. Robinson.
Bring it out.
Sold to Mr. Johnson. Sold to Mr. Williams. Sold to Mr. Douglas. Sold to Mr. Thomas. If you seen a Chinese dude, or if you heard the name Nguyen, right? Kim Nguyen. Immediately in your mind you think Chinese. If you see a name on the paper and it says Gurdeep Singh, immediately you think of our Arab. You hear Michael Johnson, you don't know if that's a white dude or a black dude, because your nationality was taken. You've never seen your homeland again. Read.
Teach.
For bondmen,
for slave men,
and bondwomen,
and slave women,
and no man shall buy it.
And nobody going to be able to get you out of this captivity, because God reserved that right for himself. I put you in captivity, I'm the only one that's going to get you out, right? Verse 64. It said you going into slavery with slave ships. Watch this Bible speak to your heart. Watch this.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
God said, I'm going to scatter you among all people, right? With ships.
Right.
You going into slavery with ships. Look at these arrows. This is the diaspora or the diaspora. People do pronounce it different sometimes, right? But everywhere these green arrows went, that's where we were scattered. Read it again.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
You scattered among all people. So that's why you can go to Cuba and you can find a black man in Cuba. The only thing different between you and him is he speaks Spanish. You can find a Dominican. There's a black man there. In Mexico, it's black people over there. You get what I'm saying? In Puerto Rico, you can find a Mexican over there, a so-called Mexican over there. But he calls himself a Puerto Rican. You get what I'm saying? We are the same people. We the people that were scattered on these slave ships. Read.
From the one end of the earth.
From one end of the earth.
Even unto the other.
All the way up to the other. This is our history book. This ain't no Bible picture. This is our black history. Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And once you get there, you're going to serve other gods other than the one true God. Right? You're going to be in Christianity serving a white Jesus. A white Jesus that don't exist in the Bible. You're going to be serving Islam. That's the Arab religion. The same way we learn Christianity in slavery, we learn Islam in slavery. Did you know we went into slavery under Islam? White people, Arab people, and continental Africans sold us into slavery.
That's right.
White people, Arabs, continental Africans sold us into slavery. Give me Joel 3. Give me Joel 3 and 2. We're talking about our black history. I'm talking about our black history, right? And then I'm having this brother on my right side read the Bible, and it's just lining up. It's just lining up, showing you who you are. Watch this. Give me Joel 3 and 2. Because we got to know who we are, man. We got to know these atrocities happen to us, but guess what? God didn't just give you punishments. After you get your punishment, you're the only one that can receive the blessing. Thank God that we the ones going through this. Because at the end of the day, we get the blessings. We get the conquering. We get the glory, right? At the end of the day, At the end of the day, we get the blessing. We get the glory. You get what I'm saying? So, after we go through this oppression, when you have kids, right? You have kids, you put your kid in the room. You don't put your kid in the room to have him there forever. You did that because he was being bad. Right? And he acted up, he got a little attitude. So guess what? I'm going to whoop your little behind. I'm going to send you into your room. And then until you get right, you ain't coming out. And while he in that room, if he throwing a tantrum, you ain't letting him out. He still got a little attitude. No, you stay in there till you get right. And if you break something there, I'm going to come in there and whoop you again. Right? That's where we at. We are in the room. We are in the prison. We are and we are institutionalized as a people. When you got an institutionalized person, he come out of jail and he just keep going back because he's comfortable with jail. He don't understand free life no more. You get what I'm saying? We so used to captivity, we don't understand rulership no more. We don't even talk about it. We just want equality. We want to stay institutionalized, right? So read what you got. We're talking about white people, Arabs, and continental Africans selling Israelites into slavery. And somebody give me the Babylon of Timbuktu, right? Read what you got.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for the heritage Israel.
So he said, all the other nationalities, I'm going to gather them together in the last days in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I'm going to destroy them for what they did to my people Israel. Right? I'm going to destroy them for what they did to my people Israel. Read.
Whom they have scattered among the nations.
You remember we read we were scattered among the nations? I asked you, and you can Google it, I give you $10,000. I give you a 1,000-year period of grace, right? What other people were scattered in slavery unto all people? I'll wait. You don't want $1,000? Nobody want $1,000? No, nobody want $1,000? That curse happened to the Israelites. And it just so happened that it's really a people on the planet that went through that. And it just so happens that we are that people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Read on. Hold that. Yeah, keep reading.
And it says, whom they scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And they scattered us among the nations and divided Jerusalem up amongst themselves. So you got the Arabs and the Palestinians, and you got the what you call them, the Israelis. The fake Jews over there fighting for our land, right? Read on. 3 and 3.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Yeah.
And they have cast lots for my people.
To cast lots means to bid, bet, sell, like, so this is casting lots, right? We got an auction going on. It's a rare Mercedes, and we're going to sell it for $500. We're going to start the bidding at $500, $500, $550 to the white man over there, $600, $600. That's called casting lots, right? So guess what? So far, we're reading the Bible, right? And we're looking at our black history. It said we was going to be scattered into all lands, right? They was going to scatter us into all lands among all people, and they was going to cast lots for us. 35, 44, sold to Mr. Robinson. 65, 75, 79, sold to Mr. Johnson. 75, 85, sold to Mr. Williams. This happened to us, and God been telling us who we are the whole time. Your nationality been on your granny table. We just ain't never read it for ourselves.
That's right.
It's been there the whole time. Read on.
And I've given a boy for an harlot.
They sold a boy for a harlot, right? Read on.
And sold a girl for wine.
So they made a man a breeder. They made you sleep with your own mama. They make you sleep with your own sister. And they sell a girl for wine. Mr. Johnson, he have a dinner party, and his white friend want to come over. He want to sleep with my wife. What can I do about that? I'm sitting there in the bed. He just kicked my door down and said, "Yeah, I got to take this nigga with you. Hey, she'll be back in no time." What if you was my wife, right? And we was laying in the bed together, and a man took you out of my arms, took you in a room, and they did whatever the hell they wanted to you, and you came back to me, send you back to me, crying. How would you look at me? Like I couldn't protect you. Like I couldn't protect you, right? That really happened.
That's right.
That happened to us, right? And we're praying for equality with that people. We just forgive and forget. That happened to our mothers. That happened to our fathers. And that's what got the black woman wanting to assert authority over the man, because we feel like we can't protect you. You get what I'm saying? But guess what? God's men is back. We're going to protect you. We're ready to fight for you. You get what I'm saying? But first you got to be able to know how to deal with me. I got to know how to deal with you, right? Read on.
That they might drink. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Sidon?
Tyre and Sidon, those are the African nations, right? Tyre and Sidon, those are the Africans, right? Those are African nations. Here you go. Tyre and Sidon, read.
And all the coasts of Palestine.
And all the coasts of Palestine, those are the Arabs. Those are the Arabs. You got Africans and the Arabs, read.
Will ye render me a recompense?
You gonna pay me back for not choosing you as my chosen people, read.
And if ye recompense me,
if you try to get me back, read.
Swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
He said, immediately I'm gonna turn it around on your own head. You do my people like that, eventually I'm gonna turn it around on your own head. Read.
Because you have taken my silver and my gold.
You taken my silver, my gold, my temple, everything that was goodly and godly that I set up, read.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
That's us, the Israelites. You took my people into captivity, read.
The children also of Judah.
See, the children of Judah, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you Israelites, read.
And the children of Jerusalem.
That go into your northern kingdom, your southern kingdom, northern kingdom, the dark tribes and the light tribes. You took them into captivity along with my silver, along with my gold. You conquered my land. You divided amongst your people. You Arabs, you whites, and you continental Africans did this. Read.
Have you sold unto the Grecians?
How you sold unto the who?
Grecians.
So the Arabs and the continental Africans sold Israelites to the white people. That's biblical prophecy.
That's right.
So who that make you according to the Bible? That make you an Israelite according to the Bible, right? Now what is rulership? Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 11 and 21. We're gonna show you, because you don't just get curses as an Israelite, you get blessings. If you once you sit your kid in the room, right, and he realized what he did, he say, you know what, Mom, I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that. You ain't gonna keep him in the room and whoop him again. You gonna be like, that's what I'm talking about. Come on back into the good graces. Right? That's what you gonna do. Same thing God is saying. He said, when you get yourself right in your punishment in this prison, come on back to your good graces. Then you get the blessings that I promise you. Right? Read on.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 verse 21. That your days may be multiplied in the days of your children. In the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them.
He already promised that. God can't lie. He already promised our forefathers that he was gonna give us the land. He was gonna give us rulership. Read.
As the days of heaven upon the earth.
That's what heaven is. It's heaven on earth for the people. That's rulership. Right. Rulership on earth. That's what heaven is. It's not floating up in the sky with a diaper on, next to the slave master, next to the man that raped you. No. The people that sinned, the people that did us wrong, he said he was going to pay them back and they was going to get their issue. So you're going to be in heaven ruling. They're not going to be in the same seat as you. You're the rulership class. They are the servitude class.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Read.
For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments.
If you do God's commandments, and he's always saying it all throughout the Bible. If you do his commandments, read.
Which I command you to do them. To love the Lord your God.
Pause. Let's get a commandment. Let's get a commandment. Give me Leviticus 11:7. I got to throw one in there because they're not going to teach it to you in church. Let me just throw one in there and we're coming right back there. Right? But it's commandment time. I got to do this. If I don't bring out no commandments, I'm doing you a disservice. Right? So I'm going to give you one. Watch this.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine.
The swine, that's pork, that's pig. Read.
Though he divided the hoof.
He divided the hoof.
And be cloven-footed.
He cloven-footed. Those are qualifications for animals to be eaten. Read.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
But he don't fit that last qualification. He don't chew the cud. That's they don't have a sweat gland. So everything they eat, they retain. They are the garbage man of the earth, right? So they don't chew the cud. They don't eat the grass, regurgitate it, take it to another stomach, clean it some more, take it to another stomach, clean it some more, and then digest it. They got one stomach, no sweat glands, eat anything in the world, right? So he's saying the swine, the pork, read.
He is unclean to you.
He unclean to you Israelites, right? So if you got your car and on the manual it say do not put 27 or it say do not put diesel gas in this car. If you do that, what's going to happen to your car? It's going to break down. You're going to mess up your car. So God tell you don't put pork in your body. What's going to happen to you're going to have high blood pressure.
Right.
You're going to have diabetes.
Right.
You're going to have gout.
Right.
You're going to have heart disease.
Right.
So on and so forth. So all that stuff, we got the cure right here. We just got to do it. Right? Read it.
Verse 7. Verse 8. Of their flesh.
Of the flesh of the pork.
Shall ye not eat.
You should not eat that. We cannot eat pork. That's a commandment, right? I had that give me verse 9. Give me verse 11.
Verse 11. They shall be even.
9, my bad.
Verse 9.
Yes.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
This is what you can eat that's in the water. So on the land we know we can't eat pork. That's God's commandment, right? These things are going to put us back in rulership. They're going to put us back in rulership. Read.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales.
If it got fins and scales on it.
In the waters and in the seas. And in the rivers. Them shall ye eat.
So if I fish it out the river, pull it up and it got fins and scales on it, I can eat that. That's your trout, that's your snapper, that's your cod. You know what I'm saying? You can eat fish, right? What about catfish? Do it got fins and scales on it? It got fins and skin on it. We can't eat catfish. Catfish is a bottom feeder. It do the same thing the pork do. It clean the bottom of the ocean. When the other fish make feces, it goes down to the bottom, and he eat that. You are what you eat, right? Read on.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas,
If it don't got fins and scales on it,
and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
it should be an abomination unto you. Abomination unto you. Give me Leviticus 20 and 25.
Bring it
It should
out.
be an abomination unto you, right? So far we cannot eat pork. We cannot eat shrimp. We cannot eat crab. We cannot eat lobster. So they've been, even if in slavery, they take the worst of the worst food and feed it to us. And we the salt of the earth. We make it good. We take a 1992 Honda and put rims on it. We take the worst of the worst and make it good. But that don't mean we was ever supposed to be eating that stuff. And now you got freedom to keep God's laws. You got the choice to not eat it no more. Right? Read what you got.
Leviticus chapter 20 verse 25. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean.
You got to put a difference between clean foods and unclean foods. Read.
And between unclean fowls and clean.
Clean fowls mean birds, things that fly, and unclean. So like the hawk, you can't eat that. You get what I'm saying? The eagle, you can't eat that. You can eat the chicken. You can eat the turkey. You get what I'm saying? But you can't eat no hunting bird.
Right.
Right? Read on.
And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast.
That makes your soul abominable to God. God hates you when you do that. But they didn't teach us about our God, right? So go back to Deuteronomy 11 and 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 verse 22.
We talked about the kingdom of heaven. I had to throw a commandment out there. Now you know that commandment. It's a lot more. When you get with it, we're going to show you all of them, right? But for right now, I want to edify you to the most that I can with the little bit of time I got with you, right? Read.
For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you to do them, to love the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways,
You walk in all his ways, his commandments,
to cleave unto him, then will the Lord drive out all these nations from before you.
He gonna drive out all the Chinese away from you. He gonna drive all the Arabs away from you. He gonna drive all the Russians out of your neighborhoods. He gonna drive everybody out from among you, right? Read on.
And ye shall possess greater nations.
And you gonna possess greater nations. You gonna have in possession greater nations than yourself. What makes them greater than us is they have a land, they have an army, they have a flag. They're not stronger than us, but they're greater than us in military might. You get what I'm saying? But we're going to possess those great nations, right? That means they're going to be your servants. They're going to be your captives. Read.
And mightier than yourself. Every place where the soles of your foot shall tread.
Everywhere Erica and her people walk around and where we tread down, read,
shall be yours.
Everything gonna be ours. So we walk into China, China is ours now.
Right.
We walk into Russia, Russia is ours now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Brazil is ours now.
Right.
Everything wherever we go, that's ours now because God promised that to us.
That's
He promised us that we would rule the world. Give me 2 Ezra 7 and 10. He promised that we would rule. This is the benefit of keeping the law.
Right.
This is the benefit of us knowing who we are.
That's right.
It's not no play game out here.
Right.
I didn't just put these fringes on for no reason.
Talk to her.
I didn't just grow this beard out for no reason.
That's right.
We didn't just get married to our wives as young as we are for no reason.
Bring it up.
The law said I gotta take care of my kids.
That's right.
I can't leave no single parent household no more.
Right.
I can't do that because
Right.
I want rulership on the earth.
That's right.
I want payback for what was done to
That's
me.
right.
I want righteousness with God. Read.
2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
This is Israel's portion. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, this is what you get.
Right.
You want a piece of American pie, but guess what? God said this is your piece of my pie.
Right.
Read.
Because for their sakes,
For your sake, Israel,
I made the world.
he made the what?
The world.
No, the city.
The world.
The block.
The world.
The country.
The
The
world.
whole world belongs to you, Erica.
That's
The
right.
whole world belongs to you, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, the whole world belongs to you. But the only way we can get it is how? Keep his commandments.
That's
We got to
right.
keep his commandments. Give me Isaiah 61.
Bring it out. Bring it
Give me
out.
Isaiah 60 and 10. I'm going to read you some good news. It says this is the gospel.
That's right.
This is the good news. This is the glad tidings,
Right.
That they're not going to read you in the church. Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 10. And the sons of
The
strangers
sons of the other nations, the strangers, read.
shall build up thy wall,
They're going to build up your country. The same way we built their country, they're going to build up your country. Read.
and their kings shall minister unto thee.
Minister means serve. Their king's gonna serve you. Their Donald Trump is gonna serve my Erica.
Right.
Their Bill Gates is gonna serve my Javante.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Their king's gonna serve the worst of us. Read on.
For in my wrath I smote thee.
Because when he was mad at us, he smote us. He put us in slavery, so on and so forth, so we get right. We in the room. We in the prison, right? Read on.
But in my favor,
But in his favor, on the flip side, when we do good,
have I had mercy on thee.
he gonna have mercy on the Israelites. We the ones that obtain mercy. They don't get it. They get the punishment that we live through. Read.
Therefore thy gates shall be open continually.
Your gates gonna be open continually. Why? Read on.
They shall not be shut day nor night.
Your doors ain't never gonna be shut day or night. The gates to your city never gonna be shut. Why? Read.
That man may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
All the riches of the Gentiles, they're gonna be bringing it into your city day and night.
That's
everything
right.
they stole from you, they gotta bring it to
Bring
you.
it out.
All day. It's gonna take forever to get everything they
it out.
stole back from us.
Right.
Everything they stole back from us, they gotta give it back to you double. We're not leaving them a crumb.
Right.
We're not leaving them nothing for what they did to us. Read.
And that their kings may be brought.
Their king's gonna be brought in and out the gates in servitude. Read.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee
The nation and kingdom that will not serve Erica, read,
shall perish.
death to them.
That's
read
right.
on.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
They shall be completely wasted. Toe up. Read on.
The glory of Lebanon
The glory of Lebanon.
shall come unto thee. The fir tree, the pine tree.
They was known for having the best trees, but guess what? Y'all got the best trees. Give it back. It come back home, right? Read on.
And the box together, the beautified, the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious.
They gonna make your heaven gonna be glorious. You ever heard the streets gonna be paved with gold? How we gonna pave the streets with gold? We got all of it.
That's
Gold
right.
to us is like paper.
Bring it out.
It ain't even worth nothing. We want all of it. And matter of fact, it's so useless to us. We gonna pave the streets with it.
Right.
That's how rich you gonna be. Read.
right.
The sons also of them that afflicted thee
The sons of them that took you into slavery, read.
shall come bending unto thee.
They gotta bow down to you. They gotta acknowledge that you God's chosen people. Read.
And all they that despise thee
Everybody that hates your black guts, hate your Hispanic guts, call you Negro, call you Hispanic, call you spick, call you nigga. Watch you every time you go to the hair store, following your ass around everywhere you go.
right,
And you the one buying their stuff. The people that hate your guts, read.
shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
That's why I keep the commandments. That's one of the
right.
main reasons I keep the commandments, because I
Yeah.
want to see justice for my people.
That's
It don't
right.
come with marching. It come with keeping God's commandments.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.